Alright, so today I'm going to offer my sagely advice, right, on this little thing that dropped, Decade of Dragons achievement, which is 20 achievements for the whole one, right, that dropped for the 10th anniversary Guild Wars 2, release of Steam version of course, right, and I've knocked out 18 of these, right? I knocked out about 17 of those in the first day, right? A few hours, and then, I just went to sleep and did the rest. The only two I have left is Dragon's End and Player vs. Player, alright? But I want to sort of give some advice on this because you might look at this and go, man, that's crazy. Look at the amount of shit I've got to do, right? And of course, once you get all 20 done, you get this lovely little cape, right? This is in my color that I've set for my cape at the moment, but obviously it'll look different naturally, right? And I want to sort of give some advice on this. Now, first and foremost, in the link in the description, right, I'm going to post this, all right? Now, this is the event timers for everything that happens in the game. So all of these major events that happen, everything from world bosses and whatnot, this is all made available right here. Okay, so this is very cool, right? And it has the timer of when each world boss, which is what you're going to need, the world bosses are going to show up for this. All right, okay, which is pretty cool. So getting rid of that, first and foremost, it'll say things like Decade of Adventure for Shiver Peaks, Ascalon, Kryta, Magooma Jungle, or Heart of Magooma, Crystal Desert, and Cantha. Alright? Very easy. Okay? Like very, 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 very easy stuff to do. And how you know that, it's like, yeah, but what does that mean? Like, where's Ascalon? Right? So, obviously, like, every zone has its own name, right? But when you zoom out further, you'll start to notice that there's even bigger text, right? For here we got Kryta. Over here we got Shiver Peak Mountains. Over here we have Ascalon. See what I'm saying? Right? Down here we have the Crystal Desert. Right? Over here we got the Ruins of Ur. We've got the Heart of Magooma. Right? And now this is the one, right, that people won't realize. When it said Magooma Jungle, what it means is actually this area here, right? It's the stuff outside. Now, these two might be included. I didn't check because I did all my events just in Metrica Province anyway, right? But these may be classed as Magooma Jungle, but I'd have to double check all of them. But you're going to be safe if you just stick in these, right? And that's for those two. Oh, sorry, that's for those, all right? Now the other thing too, because there are, and of course for Cantha, because I haven't gone to mainland Cantha yet, right? I actually did all my achievements just in Xingjie Island, which was very easy as well. Very easy, like it's incredibly easy, because a lot of event chains have multiple steps naturally, hence the chain, and so you can knock out a whole bunch really quick, just like that. Now the other trick too is, of course, if you take on any of these world bosses, right? Frozen Maw, Shadow Behemoth, Great Jungle Worm, Fire Elemental, Shatterer, Claw of Jormag, then you will also be knocking out an event for that too. If you do the pre-events and then you do the event itself, that's a couple down, in the bag already towards these other ones. They don't take long at all. I can promise you, it doesn't take long at all. Now, obviously doing so, and I'll show world versus world in a minute. Player versus player is really simple. Just come up here, click on this, click play. Don't go to the lobby, just click play, and you can just keep running around, working on the other achievements, and then as soon as a PvP match pops, click, enter or accept, get in there, do the match, whether you win or lose, come back out, and you've done it, right? Which is pretty cool. And you can do that in both ranked, right? Unranked and ranked matches, all right? Easy peasy, okay? Now, you have these other ones here with Dragon Stand, Dragon Fall, Dragon's Storm and Dragon's End. Now, I haven't done Dragon's End because I haven't finished Cantha yet, or End of Dragons. Right, I didn't want to spoil it yet, so I had to wait until I get to that point. I did get a teleport to a friend to that point, but I'm not inclined to do it because I want to go through the story and get to that end point naturally through that progression. All right, but as far as the other 3 goes, all right, and this is the one that will probably stump people. All right, so Dragon Stand, right, when we go to your map and we go over to Maguuma, right, Dragon Stand is part of the Heart of Maguuma. This is it right here. Okay? Right there. Now, of course, naturally, if you're doing Heart of Maguuma, like events, okay, then you may as well just come down and wait for this to kick off and you can do 2 for 1. Right? That's the purpose of this video. So a lot of this stuff, you can knock out a couple of things, right, at the same time, which is very, very handy, all right? So that's Dragon Stand, all right? If we come all the way over here, this is Dragon Fall, okay? Which you can do as well, right? So that's the two of the 4 dragon ones. Dragon's End is naturally with Cantha, okay, which is all the way over here, right? Okay. Now the last one might stump people. Dragon Storm. Okay, now and probably some other people thought, oh, maybe it's part of Drizzlewood Coast because that's where it is. You come up here, right? So I started doing events in Drizzlewood Coast. I wasn't getting any achievement sort of like recognition for it. So I thought, well, maybe it's when I get up here, you know, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not that at all. Dragon Storm, okay, is when you come all the way over to the Eye of the North. Where am I? There I am. Right, so the Eye of the North is just up here. Right? Right here. You come in here. Okay. And you come over to this dude here. Breck Harrow Flight. Click on him. And it says, take me to the battlefield, Dragon Storm Private Squad. Okay. You think, oh, but I don't have any friends. How am I going to play? Never fear. Retro's here, right? If we go back, right, to this page that I showed you, or I'm showing you now, for Dragon Storm, okay, I'll post the link in the description for this one as well. It actually has the private schedule, right, and then it has the public schedule, all right? So once, for me anyway, 11 o'clock rolls around, that's my time, right? Once I click on Breck at 11 o'clock onwards, it'll actually have an option for public, right? And so then I can click on public, and then me and a whole bunch of other people who I don't know will be able to go in there and do the events for Dragon Storm. Now, I don't think you can knock out all 10 immediately in that time frame. I think it might be a maximum of 9. I think I was like 1 short. So you can just jump straight back in. Right, so once you've done it, once you've finished it, just jump straight back in and off you go, right? And that's as easy as it is, right? Like I said, these you can knock out a couple by if you're targeting the world bosses, right? You'll knock out a couple of events with them for some of these areas as well, which is very handy. Particularly too, if you are doing things like Dragon Stand and stuff, which is part of the Heart of Maguuma, then you'll naturally knock out a whole bunch of events for that. All right. Same with Dragon's End. Dragon's End being part of Cantha. If you did Dragon's End, then you'd be knocking out, you know, some of those as well, which is very cool. Now, I showed you the PvP. Let's jump into world versus world because I want to show you also how easy it is to achieve the events for this particular, you know, achievement unlock. Very easy too, all right? Very, very, very easy. You don't have to, if you don't want to, you don't have to assault castles. You don't have to join any groups, all right? So one of the best ways and easiest ways that you can do this is attacking low level like outposts and camps that don't have any walls. that you can generally, defeat on your own, right? So when we go to our map, right? So obviously, like something that you can naturally see is fortified, right? You don't worry with, right? But places like this that have no walls, right? And places like this, right? Absolutely. And usually you can knock out, right? There's ones up here, all right? There's a whole bunch around that you can attack. Maybe not that one. That one's got walls, right? And the reason why is because usually you can get a couple of events out of this. There might be like a guard out the front, right? That you have to kill, right? And then once he dies, there'll be like a blue circle that appears, and then you've got to stand inside that blue circle for you to then capture it. When you capture it, it's classed as an event, right? And that event then counts towards the 10 for world versus world. And you don't have to join a group if you don't want to, right? You can just do exactly what I said, just attack some low-level camps, right? And Bob's your uncle. And that's it. That's as easy as it is, right? For you to be able to do all of those. And that's, for this achievement, like, it's very simple. Like I said, if you sort of think a little bit clearly about it, you go, okay, well, I'm gonna wait for Dragon Stand to kick off. Well, you're gonna knock out Heart of Maguma easily with Dragon Stand, right? Because you're actually gonna be doing, and you don't have to finish Dragon Stand if you don't want to. If you already get the 10 achievements in Dragon Stand, that'll also cover the Heart of Maguma as well. Same with Dragon's End for Cantha. All right, so it's all very cool. Okay, so this one's been taken over by us, right? But here's the guard out the front. So if you're an enemy, like if it's an enemy one that's captured this, you defeat him, you take over the point, that's an event. You go inside, kill all them, that's another event, right? See how easy it is, and then you can just do that elsewhere and off you go. So anyway, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think. I'll post those 2 links in the description, one for the event timers and the other one for Dragonstorm, just in case you forget where to go in either north to speak to Breck. And I will catch you